All right, so good morning, everybody. Happy Monday Boost. I'm Jacqueline Kane, Master Energy Healer, helping women get to the root cause of their physical, emotional, and financial pain so that they can live their life with more joy, more passion, and get to do what they like with ease, flow, and abundance. So as I was thinking about what we were going to do this month, I was thinking about, our bodies have so much wisdom. And so many times we just rush through life and we don't pay attention to what our bodies are trying to tell us. And you may have heard that when we have pain in the body, it's a message that our body is trying to tell us something. But again, we go, and we don't ask the questions. So I thought for this month that we would start getting in touch with our own physical bodies and ask our bodies on a daily basis, what does it need? And the more we can slow down and be present to all the sensations our body is picking up, the easier our health will be, the easier we'll have more energy, there will be less stress. So there's even a great book to reference. You can buy it if you like. Many people have heard about it. It's Louise Hay's. And she has a whole book that talks about, in the back, she talks about every ailment and an affirmation or a problem that goes along with it. You can get it or you don't need to. You don't need effort to do this. But I'd like to start out by just getting focused and present and see what you start uncovering about you, your health, and what's possible for you when you're able to slow down and tune in and listen. Any thoughts, Joyce?
Very good topic to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
And her book is fantastic to go back to and just pick up. I have it in the living room where I sit and watch television or read or whatnot, and it's always there. Sometimes I just pick it up and read it, or just something that's just not quite right in the body. I'll pick up and see what it says about it. So you're right. That's really a great book to have nearby.
Yeah.
But I like your subject for the week or for the month or whatever, because your body does tell you a lot. Even though you don't want to hear it.
Well, that's sometimes why we don't, because we don't want to do something that we don't want to do.
Right.
And sometimes that's the struggle, right? Our body really wants us to maybe call somebody or reach out or do something that we're not ready to do. And then all these things will show up to create, to sabotage us.
Yeah.
So that we don't do it.
It's interesting that there'll be sometimes I just don't feel quite right, and I don't, I feel really tired, or I don't want, like you said, don't want to do something or whatever it may be. It's just a little out of sync, and I can blame it on the weather. I can blame it on a lot of things. But if I really think about it, I'll come down to the conclusion that, okay, you didn't drink enough water today, for one thing, which is probably the thing that I don't do enough all the time with. But or there's something nagging in the back that I'm not, in the back of the brain that I'm not doing. So I've actually become a little more conscientious of looking at that. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate the conversation this week, especially.
Well, I'm glad we're in sync.
There's a lot of things going on, and a lot of with the church and different stuff going on that I think about all the time, and how it's going to turn out, and so on and so forth. And so I find myself grabbing a book and reading more, and that takes me out of my head. But then I don't feel comfortable because I haven't done what I was supposed to do, or I wasn't thinking through something that I should. And I never really thought about that. I kind of divert to do by reading or doing something like that to get away from what I should be doing. Does that make sense?
Away from being present to your body
Yeah.
and listening, you mean?
It's
Yeah.
it's an escape route. I realized
Yeah.
that this past week, because there was a lot of stuff going on, but and then I had to keep bringing myself back. Okay, you gotta get this done, you gotta get that done. And between now and the end of April, there's a lot of stuff going on and I gotta keep focused, so.
Yeah, especially when there's always, for some people, there's always a lot of things going on. And we don't have the time, not even 1 minute, because we're always afraid we're going to miss something or be late for something. And actually and you know what, I did that when I was working, when the kids were young. It was just, you just go on autopilot.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really work for families, for kids. And the kids today really need calmness. They need us to slow down. And once we start slowing down and intuitively listening to our inner chat, to our inner guidance and to our bodies, then life flows better. And I know it can be so hard to even turn that boat around so that that's your new way of being, right? It can be hard.
Yeah. And something that occurred to me, well, Saturday I went with the neighbor across the street and we went to Windsor to the crystal shop over there, which was fascinating, really fascinating. And it's just, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do it. It was a bright sunny day. I should have been home.
What was the name of the shop? Do you know?
I will find out. I don't know what the name of it was. Okay. But it was easy enough to find. And oh my God, there was just so much stuff there. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, we could spend an hour and a half in there just looking around. And there was one particular thing that somebody had done a wall thing of all the different crystals, different colors and different stones and crystals. And it was the Last Supper, all done in color, but all done in crystal, in different forms. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I could have, yeah, okay. But anyways, I would go back there again just to look, but it was very educational also. So, but I did that for myself and then felt kind of guilty because it was such a nice day. I should have been home doing something else. So really the hell with it.
So I'm glad you went and did that. Because when life is work, it's not fun anymore.
No.
Right? And that stops the flow of receiving so much that the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, is bringing to you. So I'm glad that you went out and you put everything else aside and you had fun. It's fabulous.
Yeah. I mean, it was different. It was, totally different than anything I've been to or seen before. Never gone anywhere with this person. So the whole thing was just out of the box kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. So let's practice tuning into our bodies. And the goal going forward is to spend some time, maybe 5-10 minutes, getting centered, focusing in and just asking your body, what does it need today? And the goal of this also is to help you relieve pain, help you to relieve the stiffness and the frustration that we carry in our bodies. The more we get in touch with the emotions, the feelings that the body is carrying, we can release it. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start off with taking 3 deep breaths. And again, I tell people to bring that breath all the way down your body and down into your toes so that you're focused down in your toes and you're grounded. And then you're going to call your energy back. So you're going to say I and state your name.
I, Joyce, take back my energy from all the places that
I've left.
I, Joyce, take back my
Call back my
energy
energy from all the
from
places I've left.
I left it.
And one more time.
I, Joyce, take back my energy from all the places I've left it.
Great. And now you're going to tune into, you're going to become aware of how your body feels right now in this moment. Notice where there might be pain, where there might be stiffness. Where there might be numbness. And breathe into that feeling. Then ask your body what it needs to relieve that. And then thank your body for that message. And then you can decide, you can even ask your body, what would it like to do to relieve it even more? Do you need to journal about it? Would you like to tap about it? You can ask your body what will help to relieve that and expand more into ease and flow in your body. Do you need to contact somebody? You need to take a drive or go somewhere. Ask more questions of your body of what it needs. And feel free, if you're listening to the replay, just comment in the comments what's coming up for you. And Joyce, if you want to share anything that's coming up for you.
Yeah. What comes up for me is really the stiffness in my hands more than, I mean, they're really, I can't make a fist really very good. They're really tight. And also, you know, just the body just feels like it's stagnant, kind of.
Mhm.
And what it feels like, what comes to mind, what I really need to do is not only tap on it, which I do, but also to move it, to move, just be more active physically to do it. And that's one thing that's been coming up. I just have not been active. I can blame it on the weather. I can blame it on a lot of things, but it really is just in my head that I don't have the incentive to really just do it. I don't know. And I don't like that.
Yeah, and is that going for a walk? Is that what kind of movement is
Well,
the
just,
body asking?
just getting out and doing things. So it doesn't have to be anything really big physical kind of stuff to do something, but just not to just sit and read, not to just not do anything, except being in the house, but the physical actually move.
To physically move. Okay,
Yeah,
that's what it's asking for you to do, to move
yeah,
your
well,
body.
that's, and whether, and I know that I have to do it because when I'm not doing that, whatever I'm eating is not getting burnt up and doing, and so I'm overall, my whole body's just not feeling good about it.
Okay. And what's the emotion, would you say?
Disgusted with myself.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, would you like to do some tapping on that?
Sure. No, I don't want to.
No choice. Everybody has a choice. All right, let's just go right through the points, okay?
Okay,
All this stuck energy,
all this stuck energy,
this stagnation
this stagnation
in my body,
in my body,
and I really feel it.
and I really feel it.
My body wants to move,
My body wants to move,
and I can come up with all kinds of excuses
and I can come up with all kinds of excuses
of why I'm not moving,
of why I'm not moving,
and why I'm not going to do it today.
why I'm not doing it today.
And I honor my body,
And I honor my body,
and I honor myself
and I honor myself
for feeling this disgusting energy
for feeling this disgusting energy,
and for feeling this way about myself.
for feeling this way about myself.
And I release that emotion
And I release that emotion
from every cell of my body.
from every cell in my body.
And I have compassion for myself.
I'm sorry.
And I have compassion for myself
And I have compassion for myself
for all that I am doing,
for all that I am doing,
because I am doing a lot.
because I am doing a lot.
I have a lot going on.
I have a lot going on.
And body, I want you to know
And body, I want you to know
that I will start moving
that I will start moving
a little bit every day
a little bit every day
so that we can work together
so that we can work together
and release this stuck energy
and release the stuck energy
so that we can step more into
so that we can step more into
more ease, flow, and abundance,
more ease, flow, and abundance,
and more flexibility
and more flexibility
in every area of my life.
in every area of my life.
And I'm ready for that.
And I'm ready for that.
And it all starts right now.
And it all starts right now.
So just take a deep breath. You can stop tapping. And again, focus in on your body and the sensations in your body. And what do you notice? I know Dr. Makiba says that was cool. I'm glad you're here, Dr. Makiba.
It's calming and it's reassuring to know that I can do that. And it's reassuring that when I do it, I can feel the difference.
Yeah.
I can start to feel the difference. And it might even be that all of a sudden I've got Charlie, there's something in my throat that's well, it's been choking me, so now I got to get rid of it. That's just what I'm thinking about, how it is.
Yeah, you're moving the energy in the body, right? There's no mistakes. You're moving that stuck energy. And when it builds up, we start to go down that downward spiral of beating ourselves up, of punishing ourselves, that we didn't do enough. And you have done enough, right? We've all done enough.
Yeah.
How can we just be present and have compassion for ourselves? And then, okay, say, I'd like to, today I'm going to move. Maybe if it's just 2 minutes, right? To make my body happy. And Makiba says it brought attention to areas that were tense and she felt a release. Yay. Yeah, it's just acknowledging instead of pushing and going forward. Just be present, take a few breaths and be present to what your body's trying to tell you. There's so much wisdom in our bodies.
Yes, you know, and it's I guess I get disturbed with myself that I forget that the body does work well when I allow it to. It's my own shutting down in my head that shuts it down. And it's not that my body stopped working, you know, but it's my being present to that positive energy.
Yeah.
And there has been a lot of positive energy with stuff going on. And I'm thankful for that. And I want to, you know, keep that rolling. And I believe what gets in the way is that I sometimes physically just, maybe it's age, I don't know what it is, but it's something that it's an invisible shield that says, well, maybe you better wait before you do that. I don't know what it is, but I'm pleased that I recognize that there's something there.
Yeah, and you're not alone, Joyce. I mean, right now I'm hearing from a lot of people that they're getting sick, that the cold or the allergies are really acting up. And it's not just days, it's like weeks that people are in that energy. And I see it as the downward spiral. I see it as our saboteur taking over, because there's a part of us that wants to move forward, that really wants to do something. But by doing that one thing, it could be really scary for a part of us.
Yeah.
So sometimes we create illnesses so that we don't do that scary thing. Because if you do that scary thing, you may get criticized, you may get embarrassed, you may, you know, all that shame that you're feeling in your body may actually come true, even though usually it's not, but it's so strong in us, right? So being aware, taking a breath, stopping, slowing down, especially when one, you have a lot on your plate, or two, you have a really big event, something that's coming up that could really change everything for you. That's when you want to slow back, slow down even more, and focus on the moment so that you don't get sick.
No,
So that all these obstacles don't come up and show up and really take you off course. The secret really, instead of pushing more, is to slow back, slow down, and focus on, well, how am I feeling in this moment? Address the emotions, maybe every hour instead of once a day, right? To keep you in motion.
You're absolutely right. It doesn't have to be just once a day. There's several times a day when my mind is just, you know, working and things just, and I'll just stop and I'll go and I'll sit for 15 minutes and meditate and or just be present, just sit in the chair. Sometimes I just fall asleep within like 5-10 minutes. I mean, I'm just out of it. And then come back, how'd that happen? But
your body needed rest.
It's exactly what I needed, was to do something, because then I would get up and, you know, have more energy. So my body is telling me just stop. So I've learned to do that.
Good.
And I gotta, you gotta just keep remembering to do that.
That's right.
you know? So,
It's got to get inbred in us, right? Because we're changing patterns, we're changing habits and patterns that we've lived with, that we've been conditioned to live all our lives. So it does take practice and
Yeah.
patience to move through this. Yeah.
and I am so ready to really just go out and start, working up the garden or something like that. And I said, okay, good, I'm gonna go out and do that. I look out and it's snowing. I said, wait a minute. I think nature is playing a trick on you. I mean, it's been weird the last couple of weeks. And but then I really think about it and say, it's really too early to do this yet.
You're ahead of schedule.
So, I try to reason with it, but sometimes I don't let the reasoning really get to me, and I'm just like, well, what's the use? And that's the worst thing I can do is say, well, what's the use? I can't do it now, so the heck with it, I mean, go make a sandwich, go have have a cup of coffee. I don't know what, but just
You have more time to read that book, to
Yeah.
meditate, to journal, to write your poems, to do something else.
Well, see, that's not what I think about doing. I want to be out there. But so if I can't be out there, yeah, I got to think of the positive thing to do.
Well, you could still be out there, just not digging your holes yet, right?
So anyway, yeah, Jackie, you understand. You
Once the
understand me.
farmer, always the farmer. Yes. All right. Well, let me know what you've experienced through this tapping, through this. And for the next 30 days, our goal is to tune into our bodies, our intuition, and allow in more ease, flow, and abundance. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what your intentions are and what you discover by listening to your bodies. So thank you, Joyce, for being here. Thank you, Makiba, for your feedback. Everybody have a great week. We'll see you next week.
You do the same. Take care.
Bye.